Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into our Friday night live stream. So, been a very hectic night for me tonight, I can tell you. I've been beavering away working on the first analogs update, and I've really been pushing it to get it done for this little live stream. So when I said in today's third video, I think it was, but we do a live stream because I didn't have time to have a look at Tropical Storm Cristobal in any detail. I was really setting myself up for a very, very busy night, so I should have known better, really. But there we go, we're here, we're live, and we're going to be going through the 12Z very shortly. We're going to have a look at the situation with Tropical Storm Cristobal very shortly. I want to do that very early on in the stream, and then we will have a look at 12Z data for the UK and see what the possibilities are that we might get some sort of a heat wave early next week. As you saw today's third video update, you'll know that we had a split between the models. The GFS and the ECM were going for like a hot evolution for next week, whereas the UK Met and the GEM were much cooler and more unsettled, with the discrepancy starting as early as Wednesday. So we'll have a look and see what the data is showing very shortly. I think we've got a very, very busy stream. I'm absolutely amazed and it's so busy this late on a Friday evening. So thank you so much, everybody, for being with us. I've been, the last couple of minutes, I've been watching you all chatting away in the live chat and seeing the concurrent viewers going. And by the way, the control room is working. The control room is working. Can you believe it? After 2 weeks, we've got the control room back, so that makes it all much easier for me as well. So I've been watching you all chatting away, and I can see that everybody's been having a lovely time chatting away while I've been sorting out the autumn analogs. So thank you so much, everybody, for being with us tonight. Don't give us a like on the live stream. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're very, very close to 6,700 subscribers. I think we might get there tonight or during this live stream even. So thank you everybody for subscribing. Now, before I do anything else, I'm going to say hello and happy birthday. Thank you for moderating as well, and happy birthday to Savvy. It's Savvy's birthday today. So if everybody can wish Savvy a happy birthday, and thank Savvy for moderating with us on his birthday evening, that would be absolutely great. Thank you so much, Savvy, for being with us, and I hope you've had well, I know you've had a lovely day, because you was live streaming on your channel earlier, and I had a look at your live stream today. I watched it and it was really entertaining and really enjoyable. It's nice to see a pro at work and showing me how live streaming really should be done. So yeah, absolutely great live stream earlier on, Savvy, and thank you so much for moderating on your birthday, and I hope you are having a lovely birthday. Savvy is 23 today, so he'll be thinking about retiring quite soon, I think. But I remember being 23. I was 23. When was I 23? I think I was 23 in 2000. My 23rd birthday was in the year 2000, October 17th, 2000. And that was a very, very long time ago, I have to say, during a very, very wet autumn. I do remember that. And it was just after my brother got married, actually, as well, for the first time. So yeah, my 23rd birthday actually stands out quite well, actually. Some of the birthdays that you have sort of blend away into the memory, but that one, actually, my 23rd in 2000, during that very, very wet autumn, I do remember that quite well, actually. So yes, so anyway, thank you so much, Sammy, and hope you're having a lovely birthday, my friend. Savvy's saying, yes, I'm going to retire soon, claim a pension, and move to the south of France. Good plan, Savvy. Can I join you? Maybe I'll join you. Well, yes, whether Michael is saying you're never 42, yes, I am. I'm 40, 3 in October. Can you believe it? I'm getting old. I'll be having grey hairs before too much longer. Thanks so much everybody being with us. We've got 50 concurrent viewers right now. I've only been here for a couple of minutes, so obviously there's a lot of interest in this live stream. I will show you what's happening with Tropical Storm Cristobal very shortly. Just to say, I won't be taking questions for this because it's too late really and I'm too tired for the old grey matter to be working away answering questions. So we won't be doing that. I will be looking at what you're saying within the live chat though, and if you could all just sort of converse with one another and get involved in the live chat with each other, then that's really what I want for the Friday evening live streams. It's a little bit different to what we do on a Friday, a little bit different to what we do on a Wednesday and Sunday, when they're a little bit more formal, I think. But this one, Friday Night Live, I want it to be rather more relaxed, you know, just having a little bit of fun and whatnot. So thank you so much, everybody, for being with us. Adrian's saying that he just turned 56. Oh wow, that's amazing, Adrian. So you had your birthday last weekend, didn't you? So yeah, that's absolutely great though, 56. And we've also got Mark Canis saying my birthday is 28th of June and he'll be 38. There we go. So yes, a lot of people have their birthday. Up to 62 concurrent viewers right now on 20 to 11 on a Friday evening. Thank you so much, everybody, for being with us. I'm absolutely amazed at the response so far. So I'm not going to keep you here too long. We're not going to run this into the small hours, don't worry. I'm just going to go through one or two of the other people who are with us tonight, and then we shall kick on and have a look at what's going on with Tropical Storm Cristobal. So I'm going to quickly go up live chat. As I say, I'm not taking questions with this one. So if you've got any questions that you want answering, then save them for Sunday or for Wednesday's live stream. So I've gone up the chat. We've got Jack Lowe with us. Thank you so much, Jack, for being with us this evening. We've also got Dylan Holbrook. Big shout out to Dylan, asking how my plants are doing. They're okay. The peas are clinging on for dear life again in the wind. Bernard Hamill is with us, telling me that it's been changeable with showers over in Ireland. We've also got Adam Blunstone with us as well. Iceman is with us too. So good evening, everybody. Our good friend Alpha SB, the amazing Alpha SB, is with us. So good evening, SB, and thank you so much for being with us this evening and being with us on our live stream. Chris Taylor is with us as well. Just quickly scrolling down the chat. We've also got Adrian Major. Good friend Adrian is with us, as well as Kevin Barber. So thank you so much, Adrian. Thank you so much, Kevin, for being with us tonight. Alan Petru is with us as well. He's had a few showers. Yeah, I've had a few showers as well, Alan, today. But I think we've got more general rain coming up tomorrow. A garden might get a good soaking tomorrow, but watch out for that wind if you've got any tall peas like I have. Transport Manchester is here also. So good evening, Transport Manchester. Our good friend Shiram is with us as well. So good evening, Shiram. Global Weather Updates is with us, as is Passion Fruit. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Ambiticus is with us as well. And Ambiticus say, we thank you for your hard work, gals, sending an incredible amount of support and love. That's absolutely lovely. Thank you so much, Ambiticus, for that. That's fantastic. Thank you so much, my friend, for doing that. Harvey Harbour is with us as well. Whether Michael is with us also. Coming down the chat, I can see as well that we've got who else is with us. So a good friend City Andy is with us. Good evening, Andy. Thank you so much for being here this evening. And Mark Clifford is with us too. Absolutely amazing how many people we've got. We're up to 66 concurrent viewers right now. So thank you so much, everybody, for being with us this evening. We will get on and have a look at that data very shortly. I just want to give everybody who's with us tonight a shout out. I say I'm not taking questions tonight, so if you've got any questions, hold them back until Sunday's live stream. Richard Trott is with us. My good friend Rich is with us. So good evening, Richard. Thank you so much for checking in to our live stream tonight. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you, Richard, for being with us. DA 1868 is with us, saying we can't see you, Gav. No, this is going to be off camera for this stream. However, I am going to start enabling the webcam on some of the live streams very soon. Not for this one because it's too late to get it all set up in Beavering away, but on some of the live streams shortly, I will be enabling the webcam. Big news, so I hope you're all gonna look forward to that. Jenny Carpenter is with us, so good evening, Jenny, saying my birthday next month is 69. That's absolutely fantastic. Happy birthday for next month. And also, Jack is saying he's going to be 100 in 2072. I'll be 100 years old in 2077, Jack. Jack Straw is with us, going to be 55 next February. So you sparked a proper debate, haven't we, about everybody's ages? That's absolutely fantastic. Got Liam Kenwell. Good evening, Liam. Thank you for being with us tonight. And we've also got James. We've got Sharky Train. My good friend Sharky is here as well. And Mark Lish is saying I've got a big garden. I have actually got a few pictures, Mark, from that I took from the garden, and I've shared them around the place. I'll have to post some on Facebook so that you can see them. Yeah, it is a pretty big garden. Right, so I think that's everybody been given a nice shout out to. Yes, that's it. Let's have a look at some data then. So the first thing I want to look at is Tropical Storm Cristobal. See what's going on there, because I didn't really have enough time to touch on that with today's third video update. So I want to look at that first of all, then we'll go through the 12Z. So let's enable the screen capture, shall we? So we're going to turn off our image. There we go, that's off. We're going to pull up display capture. We're screen sharing, and we're at the National Hurricane Center website. I hope you can all see this okay. So this is Tropical Storm Cristobal. It's still sitting over central parts of America. It's been there for so many days. I can't imagine how much rainfall must have fallen on that part of Central America over the past few days. It must be absolutely phenomenal. But this is going to move very shortly. It is now back up to tropical storm status. If you saw today's third video, you'll know that Cristobal was sort of downgraded to a tropical depression earlier on today. It's back up to tropical storm status. That's because it's beginning to move and it's starting to head into the Gulf of Mexico. As it does so, it's going to pick up energy, of course. It's currently giving maximum sustained winds of 40 miles per hour with a central pressure of 1,000 millibars. Let's click on it, shall we? And we've got to look at, so where do we look? We've got to look at static images, wind warnings and static images. There we go. So no real changes with this. It's forecast to be a tropical storm as it pushes northwards through the Gulf of Mexico over the weekend. It's going to make landfall somewhere around Louisiana to Mississippi. Perhaps been pushed a little bit further westwards, actually eastwards I should say. Perhaps been pushed a little bit further eastwards where it's making landfall. It looks like it's making landfall now on the Louisiana-Mississippi border, whereas a couple of days ago, yesterday, it was like a central hit on Louisiana. So, but I suspect it makes very little difference really. I would think most parts of this Gulf Coast are going to be at risk of some very severe weather over the weekend. Anywhere from like the Gulf Coast of Texas all the way over to Florida Panhandle will be at risk through Sunday and Monday of having very, very severe rains. Gusts, because it's saying it's a tropical storm, it's not reaching hurricane status. I did wonder a couple of days ago whether this might go up to a Category 1 hurricane, but it looks like it's going to stick as a tropical storm. So that means that the mean sustained wind should stay under 70 miles an hour. The sustained wind should be around 60 miles an hour, I would have thought. But gusts can go in excess of that, of course. 70, 80 mile an hour gusts, maybe more, certainly likely along the Gulf Coast where this system is making landfall, and also copious amounts of rain. So there's a danger to life on that Gulf Coast. To put this in perspective, people's lives are at risk from the rain with this, and also on the coast itself from the storm. There's also going to be a storm surge, I think, so it's going to be really, really nasty on that Gulf Coast. By the time we get through to next week, it pushes northwards and goes post-tropical then as it gets north in towards northern parts of the States. We'll have a look at the GFS for this storm. So there's 18Z is actually updating just as we're speaking, but we won't concentrate on that. We'll concentrate on the 12Z, I think. So this is for GFS 12Z. So in 24 hours' time, we have this storm pushing northwards through the, again, hoping to see this okay. We have this pushing northwards through the Gulf of Mexico. And sometime like into Sunday, it's going to bring torrential rain onto that Gulf Coast. Let's see where the central hit of the storm is with the GFS. So again, it's kind of Louisiana to Mississippi. That's like the central landing zone, but anywhere along that Gulf Coast is going to be at risk of severe rains. I would have think rain could go like to 300-400 millimeters in some areas. Definitely the chance of very significant flooding, storm surges possible up the Gulf Coast as well. Does look as though Florida might escape the worst of it, really. The Florida panhandle might escape the worst of it. And as we go into the early part of next week, it starts to get northwards through Louisiana, and it's beginning to push up towards Oklahoma and those sort of states, and it will start to die out a little bit then as it pushes northwards. Still bring tremendous amounts of rain, though, even into the middle of next week as it gets up into the Midwest. There it is in the Midwest, for example, getting towards the Great Lakes. It'll still be bringing tremendous amounts of rain with it even then. Let's just have a quick look at the ECM as well for this storm. So I just want to do that very quickly. So now how do I do that? So there it is. ECM always seems to blend in for some reason at West Essential. So here we go again. Right now that situation is beginning to push northwards out of Central America. We're going to go 24-hourly steps with this. Saturday it's in the Gulf of Mexico. Tropical Storm Cristobal in the Gulf of Mexico. ECM continues to show it rather more compact as it's getting onto that Gulf Coast, doesn't it, compared to the GFS. The GFS has it a little bit slacker. The ECM still wants to work this up into a more tightly packed system. So that will bring greater wind impacts, I think, onto the Gulf Coast. Whether that is getting towards a Category 1 hurricane, I'm not sure. The National Hurricane Centre are still very, very convinced that this is only going to be, I say only, it's still very significant as a tropical storm, but they aren't sort of taking this up to a Category 1 hurricane. But the ECM definitely, and it's been a consistent theme with the ECM, has this as a more compact sort of system, pushing northwards out of the Gulf into the state of Louisiana, somewhere between Louisiana and Missouri, Mississippi, and then it pushes northwards again, similar to what the GFS is showing, goes post-tropical, but still very significant system pushing northwards into the Great Lakes. So that's how it's looking. It's still basically pretty much as it has. So they're looking at copious amounts of rain on that Gulf Coast. Going to be absolutely copious amounts of rain there, and there will be, they're very likely to be a storm surge along the coast as well. And, it's going to be really, really nasty. I think we'll see sort of maximum sustained winds consistently around 60 miles an hour. Gusts could well go to 70, 80 miles an hour on the coast as well. So it does look as though it's going to be pretty nasty. Now, I'm just going to turn the screen capture off for a second, go back to YouTube and see what you made of that. And then we shall have a look at the 12Z for our weather for next week. I'll do that in a couple of minutes. I just want to get back to YouTube and see what you've all been making of that. So still got 65 concurrent viewers with us. Thank you so much, everybody, for being with us tonight. And we're going to look at the 12Z for the UK very, very shortly. So just going to have a look at some of your comments while we've been doing that. Yes, here we go. We've got DA telling me that 43 is not old, Cav. Well, that's very kind of you, DA, to say that. We've also got, the reason I want to go back is I saw a very nice comment from somebody just before I started screen capturing. Jenny Carpenter saying, thank you for your forecast. The lovely drop of rain is doing my veg a power of good. Can't wait for a deluge tomorrow. Yeah, my veg is definitely enjoying this more unsettled weather, Jenny. And thank you so much for the lovely comment. So it's been straight with Cairngorms today, and he's telling me that. And also, with Michael wondering how this will affect the jet stream. I think that's in relation to Tropical Storm. Okay, so yes, been very active while I've been doing that. Right, let's have a look at the 12Z. Let's have a look at 12Z and see what the heatwave potential is. For next week. So if you was watching, so I'm going to go back to Weather Central. If you was watching today's third video update, you'll know there was a big split within the model output. So we had the GFS and the ECM going for like a rather hot evolution to next week, potentially flirting even with a little bit of a heat wave kind of thing. And then we have the UK Met and the GEM saying no, it's going to turn cool and unsettled next week. I want to have a look at 12Z right now and see what that is showing for the potential for some warmer or hotter weather next week. So let's do it. Again, we'll turn off the image, we'll put up the display capture, and we're back at West Central. We've got the page up for Europe now. So we've gone from the American side of the Atlantic over to the European side of the Atlantic, and we're going to enable the hover, see if that gets us through it a little bit quicker. As I say, the 18Z is actually updating at the moment. We're a little bit later tonight with this, so the pub run is updating, and as I've been telling everybody, when we get into GMT, the pub run is going to update from 9:30 to around 10:15, and then we will be able to live stream the pub run on a Friday evening. I don't know what I'm letting myself in for with that, because everybody might take it on board to be at the pub, perhaps. So we might be doing this with people who've had a few bevies, but that's going to be from October when we're back into GMT. We'll live stream the pub run, but for tonight we're going to concentrate on the 12Z. So this is how the GFS 12Z is looking right now, or was. This is like the current situation, if you like. So deep low pressure off the east coast of Scotland. We bring down this very strong northerly wind. That's why my peas having to cling on for dear life, and it's bringing very cool temperatures and showers and longer spells of rain with it as well. Let's move on then, and we go into the early part of next week, and we get rid of that low pressure. So we've got a wet Saturday coming up. Sunday will be a little bit drier. By the time we get through to Monday and into Tuesday, then we've got a nice ridge building from the Azores. So Monday, Tuesday, we go a lot drier. It's from Wednesday onwards that we've got the discrepancy, and it all hinges on this area of low pressure up here, up towards Greenland, Iceland. Where that low pressure goes is critical. If that dies southeast, then it sends the ridge back into mid-Atlantic, and we turn cool and unsettled. If it pushes up towards Greenland and Iceland, then we will continue to see this ridge building and potentially set up a very warm or even quite hot pattern. Let's see what the 12Z GFS did, and this is it. So there we go. We don't have that diving low pressure. Instead, we have a strengthening ridge from the Azores, and so through the second half of next week, the 12Z GFS was turning us very warm and dry. That is proper summer coming back through the second half of next week. into the more extended range, the 12Z gets this annoying little area of low pressure going around the low countries that would bring in probably quite a lot of cloud to the southeast, and maybe even some thundery showers and some thundery rain down there. But most parts of the country still warm and dry with that, and I would suspect this little sort of secondary feature shortwave type thing over the low countries probably won't verify in the end, or if it did, it could be in a very different position to that. So generally, I think the GFS 12Z was sticking with the idea of summer getting going really through the course of next week, summer coming back. And even into the extended range of the 12Z GFS, a lot of high pressure influences right up to the very end. I mean, we go as far out as 21st of June. We're still looking generally very warm and dry, with quite a decent reach from the Azores up towards the Scandinavian high. So it's plain sailing really with the GFS 12Z after this weekend. It just turns warmer and drier, except for that little feature in the southeast. Okay, so that's that one done. Now we'll have a look, shall we, at what should we look at next? Let's have a look at UK Met. So we're going to have a look at the UK Met Office model next. So again, this is one of the ones that was going for a much more unsettled evolution next week. So this is 72 hours away. Again, Monday we see this nice little extension from the Azores starting to turn us a little bit drier and warmer. Tuesday, again, quite a nice little reach from the Azores high then, so it's a little bit better for Monday and Tuesday. But then look at this, Wednesday, we bring that low pressure in again from the north. So there it is across Iceland on Tuesday. On Wednesday, that's diving southwards. Look at that. So the UK Met is still going for a cool and unsettled spell through the course of next week. That doesn't look particularly good. It's Thursday the 11th of June. The low pressure event just to our south. That brings a lot of wet weather through the middle part of next week across the country, and an easterly wind as well, which initially will be quite a cool easterly. If it was to be sustained, we probably will start to drag in some proper warmth from the east, but initially that's quite a cool and wet situation with the UK Met. What shall we look at next? Let's try the GEM, see what that was doing. So again, this was another one that was on the cooler, more unsettled side. So again, Monday, we've got this ridge in from the southwest, quite a nice extension from the Azores high on Monday. Let's go through to Tuesday. I'm struggling to see the timestamps with this. That's how tired my eyes are. So this is going to be another one that's unsettled. The low pressure diving in from the northwest on Tuesday. We can guess where that's going on Wednesday. It's slipping down across the country, bringing showers or longer spells of rain with it, particularly to more western areas with that one. Thursday, we start to get the ridge building out to the northwest. We bring in quite a cool northeasterly wind with that on Thursday. Where do we go next? We go to Friday. And we've got high pressure to our north, low pressure to our south, so that's just setting up quite an unsettled sort of pattern. We're not getting rid of the low pressure to the south. Now that looks a little bit warmer and drier by Sunday the 14th. Then we begin to shift that low pressure away from us into the middle of the Atlantic, and we start to draw up some warmer winds from the south. So that is definitely turning us warmer and drier for Sunday the 14th. What happens after that? Well, then we do start going to a warmer, drier pattern. So the GM takes a lot longer than the GFS to get there. However, by days 9 and 10, it looks like it is starting to set up a significantly warmer and drier pattern, actually, with tonight on 12Z, with high pressure to the north and to the east. And then the last thing I think that we're going to look at is the ECM. So let's have a look at the ECM 12Z, and here we go again on Monday, the ridge extending in nicely from the Azores high. That's Tuesday, again, a bit of an extension from the Azores high, so not too bad Monday and Tuesday. What happens on Wednesday? Again, very similar to the UK Met and to the GM, this low pressure drops down across the country. That turns us unsettled. So the GFS looking very isolated tonight with its warm, dry, middle of the week forecast. We're quite isolated tonight. By Thursday, the low pressure is slipping away into France. We're pulling in these easy winds, hints of a bit of northern blocking to our north. Let's go through to Friday next week. And then we're setting up a pattern of low pressure to our south, high pressure to the north. That could be quite wet for the south, bringing quite a bit of heavy rain with it, and then we're going to move through up towards day 10, and we don't really get rid of those areas of low pressure. So even up to day 10, which is only the 15th of June, still got low pressure quite close to us, bringing showers along with spells of rain. The Mars have definitely shifted towards more unsettled conditions tonight for next week. After a couple of drier days, Monday, Tuesday, most of these models want to turn us unsettled. Shall we have a quick look at the pub run before we wrap it up? Let's have a look at pub run and see how far it's got. I'm not sure if it'll have got far enough out, really. So we can look at 96 hours with the pub run. The pub run very often seems to follow the ECM. So I'm not sure why that is, but very often the 18Z GFS seems to follow the 12Z ECM. That's how it looks on Tuesday, with a bit of an extension from the Azores high still going on Tuesday. Let's see if we can get through to Wednesday. And that doesn't look too bad again. It looks like the 18Z is probably going to stick with the idea of a warm, dry spell setting up through the middle part of next week. I was expecting that the 18Z will probably shift to the ECM solution, because it normally does, but excuse me, to me that looks like the 18Z is still the GFS 18Z is still hanging on to its idea of turning things increasingly warm and dry next week. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. I'm not going to keep you here much longer, so we'll leave it there. If you want to know how that goes, then just go to Weather Central or Weather Outlook or Meteo Seal or NetWeather. They're across all of the weather websites. Go to one of those, and in the next few minutes, the 18Z will continue to update, and you'll be able to see what happens with the 18Z. But to me, up to Wednesday, that looks like the 18Z is going to try and hang on to the high pressure and strengthen it through next week. So it's a real quandary, this, about where things are going next week. And of course, tomorrow, I've got to do a week ahead forecast out of all this. So I hope you're all feeling rather sorry for me having to do a week ahead forecast from all of this, because I've got no... Oops, Just kick the computer there. Sorry about that. So I've got no idea really, where this is going from around Wednesday onwards. I hope we get some clarity. I hope we get some clarity in the morning, so I'm able to do the weekend forecast. But it is a little bit of a worry. Yeah, Dylan, we've just been looking at the 18Z, just up to 120 hours, and it looks like going to try and hang on to that high pressure. So I think overall the model output tonight has shifted towards being warmer and drier, being cooler and wetter, I should say. What am I talking about? It's been a very long day. I think let's do that again. I think the 12Z overall has shifted to being more unsettled through the second half of next week, cooler and more unsettled. But the GFS is still clinging on with its idea. It's still clinging on with its idea, I think, that we're going to turn it warmer and drier through next week. So we're going to, this discrepancy is as early as Wednesday. So it's going to have to be resolved very, very soon. Hopefully we'll have clarity in the morning for when I have to do the weekend forecast. Okay, it's been really busy while I've been doing that. I think we're up to 70 concurrent viewers, so thank you so much, everybody, for being with us. I'm absolutely amazed how busy it's been tonight on a Friday evening, and I think this sets us up well for when we start live streaming the pub run in the winter, because I think that is going to be a lot of fun. The reason the 18Z, if anybody doesn't know this, I'll just quickly explain it. The reason that the 18Z GFS is called the pub run is because very often on the forums back in the day, that I spent many years on the Weather Outlook, for example, on their forum, and very often on the forums, we would observe the 18Z coming out through the winter, and it always seemed to be showing something rather different to any other model. Invariably, that would involve very cold and wintry synoptics with beasts from the east being unleashed and all of that sort of thing. And it sort of began to get a little bit of a reputation for going out to the pub and having a few bevies and then doing something a little bit unusual. And then, of course, the next morning, when everybody got up and had a look at the midnight run, the midnight GFS, there would always be a terrible hangover as everybody saw that the 18Z hadn't been maintained for the midnight run. And so that's how it got its reputation, the GFS 18Z. That's how it got its reputation for being a pub run. And yes, we'll be doing that from October when we're in GMT. Right, so I think I've kept you here long enough. Sorry for the late start to this, everyone. I've been so busy tonight. I'm really sorry that I kept here so late, but we've still got over 60 concurrent viewers. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here tonight. Big thank you to Savvy for moderating this live stream on his birthday. And Savvy, you've got another, 50 minutes, just around 50 minutes left of your birthday. So make the most of the next 50 minutes, my friend, and thank you so much for being here. We're going to have a busy weekend coming up this weekend, so I'll just talk you through what's happening. Tomorrow I've got weekend forecast, and after that we will have a week to 10-day B update as well, including all of the usual features. The first channel members live stream is going to be from 5 o'clock. That'll be from 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So if you're a channel member, please keep an eye on the community page sometime around 4:15 tomorrow afternoon. Keep an eye on it. I'll post the link to the channel members live stream on the community page. And then on Sunday, channel members are going to get early access to the NAO forecast, winter 2020-21. Everybody else, you don't have to wait very long. You'll get to see that a week on Sunday, 14th of June, is when the NAO Winter 2020-21 forecast have its global theatrical release. This coming Sunday, everybody's going to see the first autumn update, what I've been sort of beavering away at all night. You'll get to see that on Sunday. Everybody will get to see that on Sunday. Gaz will have his Sunday roundup. And, of course, we'll have our live stream at 5 o'clock on Sunday, where we'll be talking, I'm sure, about that autumn update, but we will also be discussing CANSIPS, the winter 2021, or the latest winter 2020-21 update from CANSIPS. That is something that we'll be discussing in our live stream on Sunday from 5 o'clock. So we'll see you then, but there's going to be loads coming up between now and then. Stay safe and well, everybody. If anybody is watching this from the Gulf Coast of America, there may be one or two people who have found this through YouTube search engines. So if anybody is watching this from the Gulf Coast of America, do please stay safe. Take all of the precautions you need to keep yourselves safe from this tropical storm. Heed the warnings of your local authorities, and also heed the warnings of the National Hurricane Center and NOAA, and just be safe as Tropical Storm Cristobal moves onto that Gulf Coast later in the weekend. Right, that's it then. So thank you so much, everybody, for being with us. I'm going to end the stream there. Thank you, everybody, and good night, and enjoy the rest of your Friday evening.